What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Super Cactus, and today we are doing our first tier list. And today, those tier lists we are doing is Fortnite memes. We're going to be taking a look at some of the top memes that YouTubers across the platform have been doing for a very long time. So let's go take a look at one of the top ones and rank them. Alright, guys. Look at this. We have all kinds of different memes there at the bottom. We'll be jumping right into those. And of course, we have our 100% success rate, which means no matter how many times you try it, no matter how many times you use them, it is going to be successful. And then the next one is would use it in pubs, as in if you're looking for a desperate way to get a win, you could use this meme. Then next we have fun but not practical, and this is basically like super fun to do, but you're not gonna win very often with it. Next we have funny but barely worked, is something that's just like really funny to watch on like the YouTube platform, but it just didn't work really well in game. And next we have rage-inducing attempts, as no matter how many times you try to do it, it didn't really work, or it only worked once in a great while. So let's try to rank some of these. Alright, so the first one that we've got is bush camping. Bush camping was one of those tactics that were around for like a really long time. It's been there since basically the dawn of bushes. It all started with a bush that you can like put on in like earlier seasons, and it started the whole movement of bush camping. I think bush camping has been around since almost the dawn of the game. You could get a bunch of good wins, a bunch of good things early on. And so I'm going to say the bush camping, it's not 100% success rate. I mean, at first, early on in the game, it was 100% success rate, but now I think it's just like would use it in pub, because I mean, I still hop in a bush and that sort of thing when I need to put medkits on or that sort of thing. So that's why I say that it's going to be about would use it in pubs. Alright, so the next meme is using skins that are almost, to a sense, pay to win. And this skin that we're talking about is going to be the Bush Ranger meme. And basically what the Bush Ranger meme was is that you would stand in front of like a bush or a tree and pretend to be that item and see how much it worked. Honestly, I'm going to say it was like really funny to watch, really fun to do, but it didn't work very well. So we're gonna be pushing Bush Ranger and funny but barely worked, because it does work in like especially bots or like newer players to the game, but it didn't work that well. All right, next up is one of personally my favorite memes, and that meme is the C4 meme. There's C4ing vending machines, C4ing llamas, C4ing loot drops, hiding C4 on planes, hiding C4 in cars, hiding, like, you could hide C4 almost anywhere and really like not be able to see it. Even C4 is like 100% success rate. When people are gonna run up there and they don't realize it until it's going. By far one of my favorite memes. All right, next up we have the cactus strat. Basically what this was is back in season 7 of chapter 1, we had a whole deserty area with a bunch of cacti, and not too long after that, this cactus skin came out, and you could literally sit there with a cactus pose and pretend you're a cactus, and it worked sometimes, but it was like really funny. It was really funny to watch. Back then I would use it in pubs. I mean, it's not very practical, so we're gonna put it under fun but not practical. All right, moving into the next one, which is not actually in the game anymore. You can't actually do this one. This is the double pump. Early on in chapter 1, like seasons 1 through I think 4 or 5, you could do this thing where you can take a pump, shoot it, switch it, shoot it, switch it, shoot it. And it was like extremely fast. There was no delay. Epic didn't have any delay in that sort of thing. And you could just get elims all around, super fast, super effective. Try even building against it. But people couldn't even really build that well back then. So really, when double pump was in the game, the double pump was 100% successful. It worked almost every single time, and it was super fun to do. Really funny to watch people get ruined by double pumps. Next up, we have the meme of emoting all game. The person who did this the most was like Laserbeam and Fresh together. And honestly, it was really funny to watch, even like a whole line of, like a conga line of bananas. But it wasn't very easy to do. And it's not very practical. It's not really useful in pubs or anything. So honestly, with the rage-inducing attempts of trying to just win by doing an emote, Nexus was actually something that I've tried in pubs before, not like full on. But the next one is sitting in the storm and fishing and eating fish or meds all game. This has been done many times throughout many seasons by many people, and I still actually use just a piece of that, and that's how I actually learned how storm ticks worked. So that's how I learned how storm tick worked, and it's actually super practical. I still use it. It's not 100% success rate, so that's where we're gonna put it in. Would use it in pubs. It's definitely, you can learn something from it. I did, and it's good. Next up, we have another attempt of hiding as a skin. Skins are used throughout the game for using the Doofer memes. And this next one is the Groot meme that developed a few seasons back, where basically you could stand in front of a tree and blend in almost perfectly. This meme, honestly, was done by several people. I tried to use it myself, and it's fun but not practical. You wouldn't be able to use anything. You're not going to use any items because then you'll be obvious. So we're going to put that right next to the cactus. It's the same sort of idea. It's going to be under fun, but not practical. Next up, we have the Love Ranger meme. Basically, there's two different memes with the Love Ranger. The first one is hiding in a reboot van at the top where no one can see you. Somebody comes in, reboots, and then you can just jump off them and shoot them both. Or just get the one person so the reboot doesn't get off. Another one that you can do is sit in water and be almost blended in with water. Both of them are actually really funny. The water one might be kind of useful if you're trying to hide, but both of them are pretty funny. I'd say you'd probably almost have like 100% success rate because people were not seeing you if you just guided them over and stuff. Like, I'm gonna say it has 100% success rate. Super funny to watch, super cool, but it's not very practical. Next up, we have pretending to be NPCs, whether that's turning them blue and standing them with inside, or completely eliminating them and taking their spot completely. Replacing NPCs or pretending to be NPCs is really funny, and I'm gonna have to say it has 100% success rate because when the X2 twins did it, they full on tricked Aussie Antics and Loser Fruit into thinking they were the guy from the Coliseum. And I think that's really funny. It's 100% success rate. I would use it in pubs if you're trying to hide or just trying to get people to come up to you. Really funny. Next up, we have the world famous Skybase. Basically, with Skybases, they have been around since almost people could learn how to start building in the game. With Skybases, you could build up, sit up top. Nobody knew how to look up early on in the game. They even work to this day with people trying not to look up. Musak himself has gotten endless amounts of wins in Skybases. So I'm going to have to say that Skybases, I wouldn't use them in pubs. It's not 100% success rate because then you got people looking up and your fall damage. I'm going to say it's fun, but not practical. Honestly, I thought that was really funny. And it totally worked. It probably was 100% success rate because no one was stopping to look to see if there was builds at the bottom. I mean, this has gotten me so many different times. It's practically been working this whole entire chapter. And before there's one, that's where I'm going to leave it. This is basically the tier list. Let me know how you guys would have ranked some of these things down below. See if I got it right. See if you guys agree. 100% the best one one of my favorites is the C4 meme. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button and comment down below, like I said, if you guys liked and agreed with what I said.